Hey everybody, and welcome back to Astro Bot. This is officially the second recording session I've done for this game in about a week-ish. A little bit more of a week. And yeah, in the last episode I was a bit tired. I'm still a little bit tired, just got off work. Thought I'd make a episode of Astro Bot before hitting the boxing gym. And yeah. We're gonna do another story mission because I really want to after I see what's in here. Nothing right there. Do we want to do a ice level or the Luna Sola level? Honestly, I kind of want to do this level because it has the warp point. Yeah, we're gonna do the ice level today because I really want to do the ice level. Astro Bot's actually cold. Interesting. I also might need a new microphone. I think my microphone's finally giving out on me. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, shoot. Come on. There we go. What's over here? That was gnarly. Is that our first? That's our second one. Interesting. Very interesting. So there was another one back here. Yep, I see it. It's up there. Huh. Huh. How do I get up there? Wait, probably pull this. Yeah, yeah. Is that Ellie? From Last of Us? No, it's not Ellie. We found Ellie earlier, didn't we? Also, I realized in the previous episode of this game that I might have been talking a little too negatively about Astro Bot, and I don't want to give that impression. I genuinely think that Astro Bot is one of the better PlayStation games, and it definitely deserved the praise it got at launch. Do I think it's like the best platformer out there? No, I don't, but it is definitely one of the best platformers on PlayStation. Interesting. But while I do think it's one of the best platformers on PlayStation, I cannot deny that as a platformer in general, oh, damn it. As a platformer in general, it's definitely at the bottom of the barrel in terms of my personal favorite platformers. And that's just because I grew up on some really good platformers. And the criticism that I take about this game, or that I think on this game, shouldn't be Sam Porter, Death Stranding. Good on Hideo Kojima for having another, like, game he made be so, you know, be so, like, prominent that it actually got an Astro Bot. But I just want to get this out of the way. I love this game. It is one of the best PS5 games I've played. It might be the definitive PS5 game experience you have to play. Me playing it doesn't do this game justice. However, that said, I will admit, while I enjoy playing it, I cannot deny that when I'm not playing it, I don't constantly think about it. There's plenty of games I've played in the past where I've played it, I quit playing it, and then I just want to play more of it. With Astro Bot, it's a blast to play in the moment, and I dearly love this game for what it is, but it's not a game that makes me think of it at every second. And that is due to the small criticisms I have with this game, which they are small and they are petty. But the biggest one is there's very little like replay value on any of the levels outside of wanting to speedrun them. Maybe that would change after I beat the game. I've never beaten this game, so maybe it unlocks a speedrun mode or something at the end to give you an urge to replay those levels. And the biggest one, which is the game killer for me, is, as I stated throughout this playthrough, Astro Bot has a very limited moveset. He has a 2-hit combo. He doesn't even have a 3-hit combo. He has a 2-hit combo. He has a spin. He has a spin jump. He has a laser. And he has... Actually, no, that's it. He doesn't even have a double jump. He just has a standard jump, which can be, like, toggled between... Well, not toggled, but contextually changed by how hard you press the X button. And he has the jump, which can be a short jump or a long jump depending on how you press the button. And he has the laser. That's it. That's it. That's his entire moveset when he doesn't have a power-up. That's all he has. He has a jump, a laser, and a 2-hit combo. Now, his jump changes if he's on ice, and there's so many like little hidden mechanics that change how he plays. But outside of the power-ups, this is all Astro Bot does. He can obviously climb ropes, climb ladders, and he has a very unreliable like ledge grab. But his moveset is so streamlined and so, like, I guess you could call it finite, that I don't really consider him that fun to play by himself. Now, when you get power-ups or anything that changes how Astro Bot plays, it's extremely fun. And I do like how they built the levels around his finite moveset. However, because the levels are strictly built around his finite moveset and power-ups, this means that he will almost always play the same. Like, there isn't much experimentation you can do with Astro Bot when he doesn't have any power-ups. And that's fine. that is absolutely fine. Not every platformer has to have 30 or 20 moves you have to learn. Not every platformer needs to be a Mario clone. But for me, if I want to play a platformer, and I love the platformer, I want the game to reward me by allowing me to play it different ways. And Astro Bot, that was my fault. Astro Bot doesn't make me feel like I can play it in a vast multitude of different ways outside of the extremely well-designed bosses, the extremely well-designed challenge levels. Now those are very well crafted, and I don't think I have a single thing truly bad to say about that aspect of Astro Bot. While not every level lands for me, that is a definite truth. Like, not every level lands for me. But the levels themselves are so well curated that I don't necessarily have an issue with them being, well, as they are. And again, not every platformer needs to have, like, millions of ways to play it. A good experience can be all that's necessary for a good platformer to... Why do I have so much... Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do now. But not every platformer needs to, like, have tons and tons of stuff to do, along with having a robust... Damn you! These robots, man. These robots. But not every platformer needs to have a robust, like, character... I disagree with that, Def. But... Why am I dying? Why am I dying? I know why. It's I'm not focused. Also, I gotta give props. The enemies in this game actually pose a challenge. Not even Mario Odyssey, which had probably the most intricate enemy design in a platformer I had seen. Well, actually, no, that's not true. The most intricate enemy design in a platformer would have to go to Ratchet & Clank. But everything dies in a hit, or almost a hit. And normally I hate fighting enemies in platformers, but I cannot deny that they did a absolute splendid job with creating the enemy. They did a splendid job with making enemies feel threatening. Early on, enemies are a cakewalk to defeat, but later down the line, they do some interesting things with the enemies. Like, I will not object to the enemy design in this game. It's near perfect. So, that's something else. Fighting enemies in this game can feel really rewarding. There we go. Now, do I think they're always fun to fight? Again. Damn it. Again, it's subjective, but I will admit that Astro Bot... Ooh, that could have been bad. Alright, let's... But I will admit, fighting these enemies in this game is... Oh, crap. Fighting the enemies in this game are actually kind of... It's very enjoyable. Not are. It's very enjoyable at times. Other times it can feel cheap, but they did craft the enemies pretty damn well. And, like, they're genuinely challenging. Now, they're mostly challenging due to the limited, like, moveset of Astro Bot. Mario would never have any issues with any of these, like, enemies. None of them. But for some reason, because, like, I can play this game for hours at a time, and the enemies still kill me. Now, would they kill me if I was properly focused? Probably not, but, again, it's all subjective. There you go. This must be the warp point. Nope, challenge mission. See? I'm actually, some of these deaths are just because I'm not focused. Some of these deaths are because they actually got me. I will admit that the enemies in this game are ironically a blast to fight. And I do like that. I do like how they are... I do like how they are placed. I do like the challenges around the enemies. The thing with platformers is most platformers, their sole thing for enemies is to be obstacles. And that's the best thing I can say about this game, is that the enemies are obstacles, but they're also fun to fight. The droid that droids dread. Does that Detroit become human? Okay. Now, while all those good things, I will say there are times where I hate the limited moveset of Astro Bot, because there are times where some of the platforming challenges are a little bit too precise for me to really enjoy some of the 100%. Like, some of the challenge levels genuinely get tough. Some of the enemy encounters genuinely feel a little bit too fine-tuned. There we go. Like, for example, this enemy, it's a bit much. But I bet you I'm not actually supposed to hit him with a Astro Bot attack. I bet you what I'm supposed to do is this. See, that's what I'm probably supposed to do. So, Astro Bot does reward you if you think outside the box. And I do like how it has new enemy types popping up even after you come to the near end game. This game never gets stale with the enemies. Never. And I respect that wholeheartedly. Oh, see? The enemies are genuinely actually getting me sometimes. Like, out of all the platformers I've played that aren't Mario related, I will say Astro Bot does the enemies the best. Like, no joke, a lot of these enemies are just flat out fun to play with. Aw, oh, damn it. I'm way too distracted this episode. No, who cares? But yeah, for anyone who's like wondering, this guy said he loved Astro Bot and now he's ragging on it. It's not that I'm ragging on it, but I am admitting to some of the critique. I don't remember how to use the flower. Oh my god, my brain is just not processing. Some of these deaths are genuinely my fault. Like that one. That one was genuinely my fault. There we go. But yeah. Alright. There we go, it's square. I genuinely forgot how to use that power-up. But, long story short, the my critiques of this game, and we're going to end the critiques here. I wish there was more incentive to replay levels. I wish Astro Bot had, or Astro himself had, a more diverse like moveset. And I wish that, actually no, that's actually it. That's actually it. Those are my only two criticisms, and the reason I don't think this is the perfect platformer for me. Just lack of replay value so far. That might change down the line. And Astro Bot just doesn't have enough diversity in how he plays without power-ups. So yeah, those are the only criticisms I have. And if those are the only criticisms I have, that's not too bad. But touche. But touche. There we go. But yeah. There we go. But what I love about this game, all the levels have been a joy to play through, most of them. Even the challenge levels, while they have been tough, there's very few levels in this game that I actually hate going through. The pacing of the game is also pretty damn good. It gets harder as you go through it, but it never gets unbearably hard. And while I kind of miss like I said, this game doesn't really seem like it rewards speedrunning, which is probably why there's not that many people speedrunning this game. Damn it. Okay, that was funny. The fact that, how many times have I died this episode? I know half of it's because I'm not really focused on the game, but some of it is. Wait. Gotcha. Oh my god, I missed them. So many of them. These guys don't hurt me, so I don't really... Oh no. Like, look at this. And also, I do know that like the game is built around Astro Bot's moveset. So if Astro Bot had a more diverse moveset, it would probably destroy the game's like levels and pace. Now we go this way? Yep. There we go. We did not really find that many puzzle pieces this entire adventure. Oh well, that's fine. But let's clear this out of the way, because I just really wanted to talk about it. Astro Bot is a good game, and the criticisms of this game are mostly from my side, because I'm very picky when it comes to platformers, and the two major criticisms I have, one which might get resolved after I complete the game, but the main one is Astro Bot just needs I want a platformer with a more diverse moveset. If Astro Bot had a more diverse moveset, more moves in his arsenal of things to do, I would definitely be playing this game over and over and over. And if this game had more of a replay value for like replaying levels after 100% or whatever, I would also really enjoy that. And I will say speedrunning is the main thing that I would want to do in this game, just because while he does have small moveset, it is still fun to see how fast you can go through a level. It will always be fun, no matter if the game is good or not. If you enjoy it, you're going to want to get as much out of it as possible. But what this game does do well, because I know that my personal criticisms are nitpicks, what this game does do well, it has great level design, it has great enemy design and placement, it has great and fantastic boss designs and boss fights, it has great progression both in the pacing and the unlockables. And not only that, but it has a great incentive to go out and collect all the bots and go out and collect all the puzzle pieces. So it actually gives you a good incentive to 100% it. Now, do I wish there was even more unlockables? Absolutely. But for what it is, and for what this game is trying to be, for anyone who dearly loves this game and considers this game the best platformer they've ever played, I have no shame in saying you might be correct, and I have no qualms with agreeing with you. However, that said, this game isn't the perfect platformer for me per se. But while this game isn't perfect, in my opinion, it is still a damn good game. And with that all said, we're not going to talk about that anymore. But I will say, I'm glad I'm playing this again. I'm sorry it's taken this long to come back to the game. And yeah, thank you all for bearing with me and watching the playthrough. Is this going to be like a harder version of the fight? If so, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. It didn't occur to me that there was ice on the platform. Nice. Nice. Did I mention that every boss I've played in this game is either good or great? Like, there are some bosses that have a little bit too of a finite flow to them. Like, you have to be precise in some of these boss fights, but not a single boss fight in this game is one that I actively hate. And there's a lot of issues I have with a lot of platformer boss fights. A lot of boss fights and platformers can boil down to not enough engagement and oh shit, why did I punch it? See, this is what happens when I'm doing a monologue while gaming. And I need to stop doing monologues while gaming. But it's my channel. I do what I want. With some caveats. This is I might title this Astro Bot 100%. I die a lot. Damn. I wonder, will the enemies disappear? There we go. Oh yeah, they disappear. Also, the music in this game I might still want to turn it down, but I cannot say that some of these tracks are boppers. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no! I walked into it. Someone put a countdown in the comments if anyone comments on this. How many times I die. I feel like I've died at least 40 times. Maybe 50. I know part of it's just because I'm not really engaged, but still. Oh no. I mean, guys, are all the challenge levels just gonna be like boss remixes? I didn't even recognize that coming at me. My brain is in another dimension. Whoa, no. I love this. I love this a lot. Like, this is how you do difficulty in a platform. You don't make the core experience overly difficult. You make it challenging, but you don't make it overly difficult. However, if you want to do difficulty in a platformer, the best way to do that is to make any optional challenge in the game difficult. And Astro Bot does nail that. Like, and if this was a main, like, boss, I would probably get tired of trying to get past it, especially if I was like a kid. But the fact that this is an optional, like, objective that I can choose to do in a game. Oop. Also, I love how these skulls go slowly so that the bells have enough time to actually engage. Who are you? Wait, Zelda? Dreamwalker. I don't even know what that is. I thought that was like Breath of the Wild Zelda, but it's not. There's so much good about this game. It's just a shame that the small flaws prevent me from fully enjoying it. Because I will say there are times when this game frustrates me to no end, and that's the strange thing. A platformer shouldn't frustrate you, in my personal opinion. Actually, no. That's not true. I don't mind if a platformer gets overly difficult, but a platformer, in my opinion, is supposed to be fun above everything else, and that's what Astro Bot does try to do. Like, that's the reason a lot of the levels are so balanced, and they incrementally get more difficult. They don't just start out difficult and then get harder. Crash Bandicoot, it's about time. That game is overly difficult for no apparent reason. No, seriously, Crash Bandicoot, It's About Time might be the most frustrating platformer I've ever played. Like, Crash Bandicoot, It's About Time is the definition of a platformer that's just being difficult for the sake of being difficult. There's no need for that game to be as difficult as it is. Heck, even the beginning levels are overly difficult. Alright, we're going to do one more level. And then we will... Did I get... Oh, I 100%ed that one. Let's do... No, let's not do that. Let's do this one because it looks cool. Sorry if this turned into a rant episode. You gotta have one rant episode every now and then. It's the chicken... The chicken rocket. Or chicken pocket rocket. Yeah. I'm definitely labeling this episode How Many Times Did You Think I Died or something like that. Wait, no. So, it's this one. Oh dear, that's lava. Yeah. Also, another plus. I love the fact that I can turn off motion controls. Another, game that came out in PS4, PS5 was... What was it? Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I love that game too. That's a great platformer as well. But it had levels that had motion controls, and I'll be honest, I hate motion controls in video games. It's the one thing that put me off about Wii games, is the fact that they had so many motion controls. And I didn't mind it if a Wii game was supposed to have motion controls. Like, if I bought Wii Sports or something that I knew had motion controls in it, I'd be okay, that's fine. But putting motion controls in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for Wii, oh, I wish I could have turned that off. But then again, also one of my favorite Wii games was a game called... I actually know this guy, that guy, the graffiti guy. I haven't played it. Again, speaking of motion controls, there's a game that involves motion controls primarily. But... But... What was it? Ghost Squad or something like that. It was a Wii game. You played as a squad of soldiers going through levels, and it was basically a rail shooter. But for the life of me, I cannot remember I can't remember I think it was Ghost Squad. Ow. I got blown up. I think it was Ghost Squad. Nice. Also, another thing I love about this game is gorgeous. I know it's a glorified tech demo for the capabilities of the PS5, but this might be to this day, one of the best looking games I have ever played. A lot of times, photorealistic games make my eyes hurt, which is why you don't see a lot of photorealistic games on the channel. But the art style in this game and the visual representation, this game will live on as one of the prettiest PlayStation 5 games, period. And I don't think anything will change that. That's funny, I got hit and squashed at the same time. Damn, he sniped me out of the sky. We just gotta wait. Let me guess, I gotta force him to go a specific direction. Alright, so go here. Oh, no, go right here. No! Alright. This is actually difficult. There we go. Yeah, I knew it. That was too specific to not have a bot underneath it. Like, that guy was way too specific to not be hiding something cool. Like this guy. See? Again, too specific to not be hiding something. What is that? I don't know who that is either. Ow. Did I mention that they keep introducing new enemies even after, like, alright, I know what I'm supposed to do here. Like, they're still introducing new enemies and it's near the end of the game. What happens if I blow these guys up? Yeah, look at that. Oh, they just give me this? I feel bamboozled. Is that the puzzle? Oh no. Knack. I know him. Never played Knack either. Knack was, I think, a PS4 launch title. Never played Knack. Probably never will. Some people say it's really good, some people say it's terrible. I genuinely don't know. Alright. We got even more bots. And also I know I'm taking less of an approach. Like the first few episodes I was like doing like one section of, I was doing one world per like section of video. Now I'm kind of doing whatever I want to, and that's just because we're nearing the end of the game. We're nearing the end of the road for the playthrough. I probably only have maybe 8 more episodes before we hit the end credits, and then after the end credits, if I want to continue the playthrough, I know I have labeled this Astro Bot 100%. However, I don't know if I'm still going to go ahead with that 100%, depending on how I feel and if there's anything post credits. I still am going to complete as much of the game as possible. So we will be completing as much of the game as possible, hands down. Because when I am playing it, this game's fun. And it is a good relaxation for me. No stress, no irritation, just good old fun. Also, I love Vib Ribbon. And I also want to know what this is. I love how Vib Ribbon stands out among every bot. Like you can just look at Vib Ribbon and see him. So how many coins we have? We have, also I love that fact that it shows you've 100%ed the area. I also love that it has Astro Bot on the map. That's awesome. It also shows what you need. So 200 in the ice area, 250 in the other area. Alright, let's get some gacha. Megaphone. Is that a siren thing? Ooh, new paint color. We're actually going to equip that. That looks gnarly. New outfit. We might equip that. Joel. Another outfit. A fox or red panda. Not fox. Another paint color. That one's not nearly as impressive. Another outfit. Ape Escape. Might actually wear that one. Another outfit. Eco. That actually looks cool. Bow staff. I wish I knew who you were. Oh my god, we were just talking about Vib Ribbon. Alright. So we unlocked a few new outfits. Aw, look at Vib Ribbon. We're gonna have to go interact with him real quick. Alright, let's go interact with Vib Ribbon. Ironically, Vib Ribbon seems like the type of game that I would thoroughly enjoy. I love music. I love listening to music, especially techno music and EDM music. I also like rock music, and I want to say I sometimes like rap, but rap is very subjective for me. But a game about music and a game about letting you create your own levels via CD changing, it seems right up my alley, but I never played it. And it was a PS1 title too. Ah, I'm now disappointed. I was hoping he would do more than that. Alright, let's go change our paint. We've been using that for so long. That looks pretty cool. That looks cool. That looks cool. That looks really cool, but this is the one I want. Yeah. Nice. Oh wait, that's the gotcha. Alright, let's stop being a cow and let's be something else. Who do I want to be? Let's look at this one. What's this look like? Not gonna lie, I kinda like it. Not every outfit in this game is created equal. Some of these outfits are genuinely kinda trash, but some of them aren't too bad. Again, not a bad outfit. I'm still appalled at how this, like, the Ratchet outfit came off. This outfit disappoints me heavily. Part of it is because I'm a massive Ratchet & Clank fan, and there hasn't been a good Ratchet & Clank game since, well, Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, for me personally. I want to say Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart should have been, like, the next go-to game for me, but I did not like Rift Apart. Maybe it was the pacing, maybe it was how floaty everything felt, maybe it was the fact that I just did not like the guns. I don't know. There's something about Rift Apart that didn't click with me. But I haven't enjoyed a Ratchet & Clank game since Going Commando on the PS2. And they still, to this day, they still have not re-released any of the Ratchet & Clank games on PlayStation. Why? They released the Jak and Daxter series, all of them, but they didn't release one of the most, like, refined platformer shooters of its generation, and also the mascot of the PS2 for a little while. Like, it's so sad. So sad. But we're going to end the episode here. And also, how do I enter photo mode? There we go. I'm trying to make a photo for my, like, playthrough. See which one comes out the best. There we go. But yeah, thank you all for watching. This is going to be the end of Astro Bot 100%. Or not the end of Astro Bot 100%, but this is going to be in the end of this, like, episode. So, thank you all for watching. In the next episode, we're going to focus more on the game and enjoying ourselves than critiquing Astro Bot or doing a meta commentary or commentary, whatever you want to call this. Thank you all for watching. Glad you all have put a lot of love into this series. It's another reason I want to continue it. This Astro Bot series is the most viewed thing on the channel. I hate to say it, but it is. And that is phenomenal because this is a great game. It definitely deserves the attention. But that'll do it for this episode. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.